In June 2017, he was appointed as the founding secretary of the newly formed IT wing of the DMK. In that capacity, he has undertaken the mammoth task of building out of the party's technology platforms and a cadre of several thousand office bearers across the state. Dr. Rajan previously worked as an international investment banker for many years in several trading, market sales and management roles at Lehman Brothers and Standard Chartered banks, where he last served as a senior managing director, financial markets, overseeing the sales of several fixed income products globally. Before banking, his career spanned academia, agriculture, consulting, manufacturing and research. Because of his global career and deep curiosity, Dr. Rajan has travelled to about 60 countries across the major continents. His political and policy views are significantly shaped by his observation of both the diversity of cultures around the world and the universality of human values. Dr. Rajan earned a B.Tech in Chemical Engineering from NIT Trichy, MS Operation Research and PhD Human Factors Engineering from State University of New York, and an MBA Finance from MIT Sloan School of Management. Such an eminent person from the world of finance, who is so accomplished, is a different cut from the regular politicians that we have seen. So, sir, I must say, as a resident of Tamil Nadu, we feel immensely blessed to have a leader like you at our forefront. His true leadership was on display even before he entered into politics. There was an instance where the Lehman Brothers was on the brink of financial collapse. He inspired his entire team of 400 plus members and gave his commitment to support each and every one of them. For a person of his stature, that was a true display of empathy in leadership, and he took care of them well beyond his tenure at Lehman Brothers. So, ladies and gentlemen, give a warm welcome to our chief guest for today, Dr. Palnivel Thiagarajan. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much for that wonderful introduction, Divya Sukumar. The chairperson, Prasanna Vasanadu, the special guest, Dr. Maria Zina Johnson, the incoming President, Ms. Sudha Shivkumar, ladies and gentlemen, mostly ladies and a few gentlemen. Thank you very much for the invitation. It is such a joy for me to be here today. I must start by saying that 2 or 3 mishaps led to this outcome. The first being that I think the Chief Minister was the originally invited guest, and then he called me and said I should go instead. The second, when I accepted, I didn't remember that today was my birthday, and so I accepted. And the third was that I didn't anticipate how many visitors I would get today. So I had actually planned to do something, go home, change into a suit, and come here before for this function. But as it is, even dressed as I am, I came late. So I apologize. I couldn't plan ahead for the crowds that showed up at my place today. But nonetheless, accidental as it may be, I genuinely am very happy to be here. I'm happy to be here because at the core of my political ideology and the ideology of the movement I come from, the empowerment of women and getting as close to equal opportunities, equal outcomes for them is a huge building block. Multiple times I have spoken in the last year, I have mentioned that if there is a single variable that determined Tamil Nadu's outcome today, and Tamil Nadu's outcome today is that if I take a broad basket of measures from per capita GDP to social development to human development to access to health services, access to higher education, Tamil Nadu is by far the #1 state in the country, by far. And this is 100 years of effort. And if there's one driving factor, only one, it is that in 1921 the Justice Party government legislated the right for women to vote and legislated compulsory elementary education for boys and girls a century ago. That is basically what brought us here today. if we had not found a way to get increasingly larger proportions of 50% of our population engaged through education and through involvement in the processes of our economy, we could not be the state we are today. And there is no better statistic to prove that than the recent survey that came out, I'm sure you've seen it, that showed that somewhere around 42% of all women manufacturing employees in all of India, 42% of them are in Tamil Nadu alone. That is the extent of engagement of women in our economy, in the formal economy. So this is the history. I must say that at a personal level, I have experienced the mentorship and the guidance of so many women leaders throughout my career. When I first went to the United States as a graduate student in 1987, the first two professors I worked for were women, both as teaching assistants. And then eventually my PhD advisor was also a woman, a young graduate of her own PhD program, who was of immense help to me and guided me when I lacked the self-confidence. I was all of 22 or 23 years old. I had never earned $1 in my life. I had been a student, relatively privileged family. And she was the one who gave me the self-confidence when the first consulting opportunity came up. And my client said, "What should we pay you? What is your rate?" And I had never worked before, so I had no rate. And I went to her and she said, "I charge $40 an hour. You should charge $40 too." I said, "No, but you're a professor and I'm a grad student." She said, "Yeah, about a year ago I was a grad student too, and in like 2 years you'll be a professor. What does it matter? Charge them $40 an hour." And that was the beginning of my professional career back in the United States. When I went to Wall Street as a very late bloomer, I went at the age of 35. I may have been the oldest hire in Lehman Brothers as an associate. Then eventually became managing director in 7 years, which may have been the fastest rise. But when I went there, the two traders who mentored me, who taught me the ropes, who taught me the language, were both ladies who had significant trading experience and, in my opinion, would have succeeded much further, faster had they been men. Even as equitable as Wall Street was by then, it wasn't quite equal opportunity and equal promotion. As a way of benefiting my institutions and wherever I have worked since then, I have been always an advocate for increasing the participation of women. When I came to India upon the demise of my father as an expatriate, and I set up and ran a large organization at Lehman Brothers, I expanded the hiring, which till then had only happened at the IITs in undergraduate and a few IIMs, to other commerce colleges, to the Sri Ram College of Commerce, to the Lady Sri Ram College, to other places. And I found that in 1 year, we changed the ratio from something like 90-10 or 95-5 to about 65-35 in terms of men and women. And we benefited immensely from it. You know, it wasn't... Having experienced the mentorship and leadership of many women during my own career, I am convinced, as I was then, as I am now, that it is invaluable to have the participation of women who bring a different perspective based on different life experiences. As we are all shaped, you know, whether we like it or not, we think we're smart, we think we're accomplished, we think we've learned a lot. At the end of the day, we are shaped by our path in life. What we have seen, the perspective we develop, is all based on, you know, journey, the experience. And women, whether in the same place or not, bring a different perspective, because everything in this world is subjective. In the same way, when I took over when I started building, actually, the IT wing of the DMK from scratch, I made sure of two things. One, we tried our best to get as many women participants as possible. To be honest, it wasn't an easy task. You know, kind of regional politics has not been that attractive or conducive to women. That's the truth. And so we had a big barrier to overcome. But at least I ensured that not a single one faced any discrimination, any harassment, any kind of negative outcome all the years that I ran a large organization when I was in the party. So I can honestly say that I don't see today as me kind of taking time out for you so much as me thanking you on behalf of my Chief Minister, my government, our movement. The more people like you, the more achievers, the more examples, the more forerunners there are, the more our society benefits, the more our government benefits from being able to deliver a progressive state, an affluent economy, and improve the quality of lives of our people, which is the main reason we all came to politics anyway. So on that note, let me thank you once again for inviting me to be the chief guest at such a momentous occasion, the 16th edition of your annual Achiever Awards. I congratulate every single person who was nominated, and especially those who have been selected to be the winners. I applaud the organization itself for the value it brings to the network, to individuals, to your members. I hope there will be more impact of your efforts. I hope there'll be more members, more successes, more competition for the awards, because there are many brilliant achievers. And I wish all of you the very best. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for those very inspiring words. I would like to request Niyati Mehta to please come forward to do a special introduction of Dr. Maria Zina.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm happy to introduce today our special guest, Dr. Maria Zina Johnson. Dr. Johnson is the Chancellor of Satyabama Institute of Science and Technology, one of the most renowned institutes of South India. I want to start by giving her a compliment. Dr. Johnson has an infectious charm on how she communicates and how she carries herself. And today, we have a great opportunity to listen to this wonderfully accomplished individual and a great motivator, a rare combination of both together. It is impossible to talk about her work and achievement in the next 90 seconds that I've been told to keep. Just keeping it very brief. The core of Dr. Johnson's work is in creating a more inclusive society. She brought into Satyabama Institute by creating the Anbu Foundation that supports students that who lack means to gain higher education. She supports skill development courses in the government schools under the My Saturday University initiative. Dr. Johnson has also adopted 21 panchayat schools and 7 villages for their holistic development, giving young girls the tools to understand health and hygiene, helping dropout and rural youth in skill development, supporting children with mental health challenges, enabling careers of women through the Women Empowerment Bureau, championing environmental causes, sponsoring meals at orphanages are just a handful of the things that she supports. She created the JPR IAS Academy, which sponsors education for 1,000 aspiring bureaucrats every year. She was active in launching the Satyabama Sat, the first successful student satellite launched by ISRO, with 19 other satellites on the 22nd of June 2016. This achievement was appreciated by the Prime Minister of India as well. No wonder she's been recognized for her services nationally and internationally by the President of India and the United Nations. Ma'am, you're a rock star in your own path. We always wish the JPR family the very best for nurturing a diamond. And by a jeweler, I would say a D flawless. I proudly welcome Dr. Maria Zina Johnson, a pride of Chennai Flow Chapter.
So good evening to everyone. The Honorable Finance Minister of our state, my most lovable, the upcoming National President, Sudha ma'am, and my alumni, because that's how I came in. I saw her when my daughter was getting married, and now I come back and her period is over. Now I'm a grandmother. Yes, my daughter is just blessed with a baby girl a month ago, so now I am a grandmother, and now she's finished her term. So happy on this eve of Women's Day. Always Vicky plays a vital role, I should say, not only in my journey, but also in my heart always. I never ask who's the next president. I never ask who's the next term. I think I'm being collaborated. I'm always with Vicky right from Sudha ma'am's time. Whoever the president is, always I said, no worries, I'm going to walk along with you. So it's been, I think, some 8 to 9 presidents I've seen, and I'm so happy that I saw all of them here, like family. This is real family for me. And on behalf of all of us, like Vicky and Satyabama, because since we are family, I'd like to congratulate all the achievers who are going to receive their awards today in different firms. Because whenever we feel, when we are coming or we're giving a recognition to women, and especially on Women's Day, it is the time when we take to our minds, yes, we've been. Because whenever I receive an award, I receive an achievement, there is a practice in my house. Whenever I go home, I keep that award. There was a small news in the paper where everybody would have read. My father, when he receives the awards or achievements or any small shield, he used to keep it down. He used to sit in a small sofa and he'll keep it down throughout in that room. It's still there. All his awards are there. He never had those fancy wardrobes or shelves to put them. He always kept them down. So in 2016, I had Abhishek Bachchan coming to the university to visit him. I think official appointment for my dad was Abhishek Bachchan. So he met him like 10 days prior. He left us. And when he came in, before even my father could felicitate him, he asked my father, why all these awards are all down? What's happening? And my father said, let me first felicitate you and then tell you that story. So then we had that proper felicitation was over. And he told Abhishek Bachchan, you know, I always keep it down so that it doesn't get into my head. So they have appreciated me for what I've already done, and it reminds me I have to go more. So whenever that award comes to my mind, I always tell the achiever, it is given for what you have done, and it is the starting date for your journey to go more stronger. And you know what Abhishek Bachchan did? Off the note, he went home, he brought all his awards, Aishwarya's awards, everybody's award, and kept it down. And when Aishwarya walked into the room, she asked him, what happened? Why is everything down? You know, I met Mr. JPR. In Chennai, he has all his awards down. So from now onwards, both our awards are going to be down. And you know what happened? 2 days he was sleeping outside, it seems. He called me and said, thank you, Marezina. Thank you. Please convey this to your father. There is just 2 weeks back, officially a press covered it, and he told the paper. So whenever that award comes to my mind, I tell all the achievers, it's all because you have been unique. You have given that extra time, your extra effort, and more. You've learned more. That is why you are here, one among us, always unique. So hearty congratulations to all of you. And once again, Vicky, to any more presidents to come, Satyabama is always there for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am, for those very warm and kind words. We would like to now request our chief guest to present our jury members with mementos as an expression of our gratitude. Ms. Usha Krishna, Mr. Balaraman, and Ms. Rajni Sheshadri. would like to request Mr. Balaraman to say a few words.
So, how was the selection process? The selection process, this is the second occasion for me to be a jury member for FLOW. It seems to me that we do not need two separate English words for women and achievers. Either you say women or you say achiever, it will mean the same thing. Our selection process involved a lot of weightlifting. There were 8 box files sent to my house, and I had to shift them from one room to the other. And in the process, I got a lot of my workout. It's phenomenal to recognize that the women in India are active and keen to achieve, and they are not waiting exactly for a reward or recognition. But that FLOW is doing it is great. I congratulate FLOW on its wisdom, on its seriousness, because India needs a lot more achievers. Our finance minister is sitting here. He is very keen on taking the state GDP to $1 trillion. And that's facilitated by more and more women starting up and adding to the national economy. Women have a lot to give. Traditionally, they have been givers. They never hesitate to give. So when they start giving to the state benefits and you and I benefit. So congratulations, FLOW. Keep it up.
Thank you, sir. We now start the much-awaited FLOW Chennai Women Achievers Award ceremony for the year 2022-2023. Vicky FLOW Chennai takes great pleasure in awarding the FLOW Women Achievers Award for Outstanding Women Entrepreneur to Shweta Kochar, partner, PKC Management Consultants. Can we play the video, please?
Partner at PKC Consulting. I built my love for consulting at McKinsey & Company, where I consulted for Fortune 500 companies. And post my stint at McKinsey, I held offers from private equity or CEO's office offers. But when I told my friends, I'm going to leave all of that to start a business, and particularly to start a consulting firm that works with small Indian family businesses, they thought I was crazy. From then to now, what a tremendous journey it's been. We've served over 1,500 clients with a team of over 500 professionals over the years. And most importantly, we've seen clients scale revenues multiple times since their engagement with us. Clients were not particularly enthusiastic that a young woman was telling them that she would change their business forever. Also, India loves free advice. Why should we pay for advice? No matter what challenge we faced, we stayed focused on our mission, which was to help Indian family business owners professionalize and get out of day-to-day operations. We ran a program called 5-day week on operations to 2-day week on operations. We implemented every piece of advice we gave, worked with employees on ground to bring culture change and sustained change. And with all of this, clients started to notice that we were different. And with that, we won the trust and the momentum started to build. I am grateful for all the support that's helped us triple revenues over the last 2 years of the practice. Through this journey, we've done some very interesting, fun projects. Last year, I authored a book called 20 Game-Changing Strategies for Retailers. We also helped build the Government of India's income tax portal last year. And these are memorable journeys we will remember. None of this would have come without the support of my father, whose unflinching faith, and my senior leadership team, who's been with me from day one until now. I would say, guys, we've done this together.
This award is presented to Shweta Kochar in recognition of her pioneering work carried through with grit and determination, breaking away from traditionalism and successfully treading the path of a winning business model.
Big thank you to Vicky Flo, the jury, and the chief guests. It's an absolute honor to be getting this in this warm and August gathering today. A big shout out to my family and our leadership team at the firm. It's been the journey to here has been winding in several ways, filled with crossroads, right? Several times making decisions, not knowing if I'd made the right one or the wrong one. Right? But each time we made sure that we put in our very best. And after that, sometimes we won and sometimes we lost. But each time we picked ourselves back up again, stronger than before. And today, life has its beautiful way of connecting the dots, and I'm very grateful for it. So thank you so much, Vicky. This is on behalf of every single woman who's been the driving force, from my teachers back in the day, from my mentors at McKinsey, to every woman that I continue to work with. This is on behalf of everybody. Thank you so very much. Also special because my daughter, who I thought actually was sleeping outside all this while, is here for the first time in an award ceremony. So thank you, Vicky, for making this so special for me. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Vicky Flo Chennai takes great pleasure in awarding the Flo Women Achievers Award for Outstanding Women Entrepreneur to Rajeshri Sai, founder, Impact Tree Data Technologies. Can we play the video, please?
I'm the founder of ImpactTree.ai. ImpactTree was started in 2017 with the main mission of impacting 1 million people by 2020. So far, we have been part of programs that have impacted 1.5 million people across this country. We operate in 10 states and have offices in 3 cities at present with a 17-member strong team. What do? Well, we are into the business of building technology platforms that enhance human decision making. And specifically, we operate in 2 major sectors: social impact and sustainability. Our vision is to envision a world where sustainability adds value back to organizations, whether it is through revenue generation, cost reduction, or increasing their ability to expand and grow. And to that extent, we have multiple SaaS platforms that we have built and are scaling at presently across India and Saudi Arabia. Prabha, one of our first solutions, which is a SaaS platform specifically built for social impact, presently works with about 80+ clients who are rather non-for-profit, social enterprises, or corporates across this country to really track on-ground data through big data tools. At present, we have multiple users who are last-mile community workers or shop floor workers who are using our platform to track change every day and make better decisions. We presently track over 4 million data points on Prabhav currently. Our second platform, which is our ESG platform, works with corporates, and there we are working with listed entities to really look at sustainability not as a compliance management tool, but to really look at seeing how it can enable business growth. At this end, we are already working with clients as well as listed entities across this country. We are also working on an interesting platform with the US State Department called Netri, which focuses on seeing can women really lead enterprises in traditional value chains. And in that extent, we have worked on a technology product which is presently doubling women's income in rural India across rural Maharashtra. By 2028, we as an organization are committed to being listed with the sole aim that we want to build an entity which does not only transform during the lifetime of promoters presently, but transforms for many generations to come. Be a part of change. Thank you.
This award is presented to Rajashri Sai in recognition of the trailblazing work undertaken by her to develop systems that better understand ground realities and scales up to connect to the right forum. A pride and true inspiration to all.
I'd like to take a moment to thank the Fiki Flow entire team, the jury, and the esteemed guests on the stage. Thank you so much for this opportunity. It means a lot. They say that behind every successful man, there's a woman. It's high time we added to that narrative. Behind every successful woman, there is a family who has supported her to stand and become an entrepreneur. And this award really goes to that family. To my co-founder Vivek, who ensures that I chase every dream to the end. To my daughter Bhavani, who ensures that I can transform the world. And more importantly, to my personal family here, who stood through the thick and thin, and my professional family, whom I have the honor of leading. At the end of the day, this award is a testimony to their hard work. And more importantly, they are the ones who build the tree of Impact Tree. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Fiki Flow Chennai takes great pleasure in awarding the Flow Women Achievers Award for Outstanding Women Professional to Kavita Selvaraj, founder, principal architect, CityWorks Private Limited, partner, Trilog Studio LLP. Please may we have the video.
My name is Kavita Selvaraj. I'm an architect and an urban designer. And when I finished from Harvard University, I was very clear that I wanted to come back and work in India and do something for my city and my country. It's been a journey with many ups and downs, but I'm happy that my wish of coming back to India and doing something for our cities and our country is been able to be fulfilled to some extent. Concentrating and trying to establish that the level of projects design and detailing in these can be on par with what we're able to achieve in private projects. Some good examples are we've been able to do some parks for children with disabilities, one in Kotturapuram, one in Nolambur, one in Thuthukudi, and one in Santhom. These essentially are inclusive play spaces that serve the needs not only of children with disabilities, but also for all citizens. There's a long way to go in terms of achieving high quality of built environment. Given the environmental and social challenges that we as a society face, I think it's important that we all come together to do our little bit to make sure that the adverse impacts of climate change and our sustainability goals are met as a society. Our new venture, Trilog Design Studio, started by my husband Raghuram and me. Really, we want to focus on projects which have an emphasis on sustainable design, looking at the social aspects and environmental and ecological aspects of projects. So our studio of 20 architects, we're committed to making a difference in our private projects as well. And through CityWorks, which is our public space venture, we're continuing to do some interesting work in and around the public domain and commons shared spaces.
Thank you. This award is presented to Kavita Selvaraj in recognition of her contribution and outstanding achievements in her profession, working with motivation and a moral obligation to society and being a shining example in her chosen field.
Thank you so much to Fiki Flow, the jury members, the esteemed guests. My mother would have been very proud. I lost her when I was 17, but I'm so sure she would have been very proud to see me here today. Cities are very important to me, and I think as citizens, we all need to contribute to make the quality of the built environment better by engaging. I think FICCI is doing a fantastic job in empowering women, and if that translates to our living environment, I think we all will stand to gain. So I want to thank my family, my daughter who's here, my father, my husband who's also my partner and good friend, my colleagues, and all my clients who have really been able to shape the kind of work that we do. Without their support, it wouldn't have been possible. Architecture is a very male-dominated profession, but I can say that with all the clients, consultants, contractors, etc., I've always felt respected and valued as a woman, and that's a testimony to the society that we are in, that it's been possible to do what I'm able to, but there's a lot more to do and a long way to go. As ma'am rightly said, this is only an inspiration to do more. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. FICCI Flow Chennai takes great pleasure in awarding the Flow Women Achievers Award for Outstanding Women Social Entrepreneur Individual to Girija Ramanathan, founder and managing director of Sampradaya.
I am Mrs. Girija Ramanathan. We started this Goshala with 7 cows, and today we are having about 170 of them. Most of the cows are old and are bulls, which should have otherwise gone to slaughterhouse. So our aim is not to have any milking cows. It is only to, we call it as Go Samrakshanam. We save those cows and allow them to have a happy life. The first cow, when it came to Sampradaya, I never knew it was pregnant. After 3 months, when it gave the first child, I don't know whether I was to cry or to be happy about, because the thought that if this cow had gone to slaughterhouse, we would have lost 2 lives. At the same time, I was equally happy when it was born in Sampradaya. So like that, each and every cow has got their history behind. More than 12 families are being taken care by the ladies working there. So it's a women empowerment which has really, made them happy into their family. When we had so many manure, then we started having organic farming. The whole place is so rich with green today. We have complete or 100% organic. So now we know the value of the food that we are eating. We have a small plant of graviola, soursop, which is the medicine for cancer. And people also tell us that it's much more, powerful than your chemotherapy. So now those fruits and those leaves are being taken by so many people. I'm happy there is helping somebody else. Like that, when we started having manure, we are making diyas with manure. We are making soaps. It is 100% organic soap. Then we have pain balm, massage balm. So many such items, more than 15 items we make there with all these ladies who are working. Basically, I always tell my children, the way you all charge your phone, I go there and get myself charged. I am extremely thankful to the FICCI who is awarding me this. I have no words to express my happiness on receiving this award. Thank you very much.
This award is presented to Ms. Girija Ramanathan in recognition of her unequivocal commitment and dedication in impacting the social cluster, a true inspiration.
Minister and other dignitaries on the stage. Actually, this moment has been a very emotional moment for me. My thanks to Vicky, who has brought me to this stage. And it's a special journey all through with Sampradaya, growing from 7 cows to 170 cows. On this occasion, how can I not thank my children who have been my sole supporter, and the staff working there from morning till dusk, the nearby villagers who are ready to come and help whenever needed, the motivation from friends and relatives. This is my strength of traveling, having the journey in Sampradaya. My sincere prayers to Almighty God to give me more strength and enthusiasm to continue this project and continue my travel, which I'm really enjoying. Thanks to all of you.
Thank you, ma'am. Vicky Flo Chennai takes great pleasure in awarding the Flo Women Achievers Award for an outstanding social entrepreneur NGO to Tanker Foundation.
I'm Lata Kumaraswamy, Managing Trustee of Tanker Foundation. Tamil Nadu Kidney Research Foundation was started in June 1993 by Dr. Georgie Abraham and me and like-minded people who had all had a brush with the disease. Right now, we are at 14 dialysis units. We do around 8,000 dialysis a month, of which 90% is free, totally. Tanker Foundation has done over 5.5 lakh dialysis through our dialysis centers from inception, reaching out to over 2,500 patients. We have also given almost 4 crores of rupees away to over 3,000 patients for investigation costs, medication costs, surgery costs, fistula surgery costs, and much more. Tanker Foundation has also helped set up dialysis units in Imphal in Manipur, in Port Blair, Andamans, and we've also donated a machine to Tanzania when Dr. Georgie went there and found that in Dar es Salaam, the general hospital did not even have one dialysis machine years ago. Over 3 lakh people get affected and die of kidney failure every year. It's the 3rd largest killer, kidney disease, after malignancy and heart disease. So we really need to create awareness of kidney disease and prevent it. So Tanker has a program through the Tanker Awareness and Prevention Program, who has reached out to over 2 lakh people to create awareness of kidney disease, and also screened over 35,000 people to create awareness and give them early detection and early warning of kidney disease. Tanker is associated with the International Federation of Kidney Foundations World Kidney Alliance, which is a group of foundations that have got together internationally to create awareness of kidney disease, patient care, also about diet and so many other things to create awareness of disease and also prevent kidney disease. Right now I'm the president of the IFKF WKA. There's a lot to be done. We're grateful to every person who has been part of our growth, to our big Tanker family, and grateful to each and every one of you who donates to us, gives us recognition, and gives us credibility for what we do. Thank you so much.
This award is presented to Tanker Foundation in recognition of their humanitarian outreach towards empowerment brought about by them in the lives of the impoverished suffering from such debilitating conditions and uplifting them to lead a dignified life.
So on behalf of Tanker Foundation, as its managing trustee and the first woman president of the International Federation of Kidney Foundations World Kidney Alliance, which actually is part of the World Kidney Day celebrations every year. This year it's on March 9th. I have to tell you, I'm extremely blessed, humbled and honored to be here to receive this award on behalf of Tanker. This award belongs to our Tanker Angels on Earth, our Nadamadum Devangal as I call them, in our units, our awareness programs and our admin office. These are people who actually during COVID did selfless service and looked after patients,
They didn't care. They lived in the units and they gave dialysis to all the patients who came because it's a life-saving measure. Our grateful thanks always to our inspiration, Dr. Georgie Abraham. He's here. He's taking pictures, but anyway, there he is, Dr. Georgie. Our trustees, our advisory members, family, friends, Rotary, Freemasons, Lions, Inner Wheel, Ladies Circle, the media, the Greater Chennai Corporation, the Chief Minister's Comprehensive Health Insurance Scheme, corporates, patients, staffs, individuals, and of course to FICCI Flow members, the jury, and each and every one of you here today. You are our role models and an inspiration to all of us for what we do, especially in recognizing what we do. What we do is a drop in the ocean. There's a lot more to be done and a lot more help to be given. Since I am an achiever, I am here also to give a request letter to our finance minister to ask him to enhance the amount that is given to us as reimbursement. So thank you all. Our eternal gratitude to all of you. Thank you.
This year, we have instituted 3 special recognition awards. And the first, FICCI Flow Chennai takes great pleasure in giving a special recognition award to Vaishnavi Vignesh Raja, founder, Equad Engineering Service Private Limited. Would you please?
Hi, my name is Vaishnavi. Graduated a gold medalist from SSN. Worked in the industry for about 6 years before I decided I wanted to be on my own. What drove me to, start something on my own is I'm an example myself that being a gold medalist, was I industry ready? No. So I thought that I must do something to make engineers industry ready. So today where we stand is our own little contribution to Make in India, Atmanirbharta and Skill India movement. Make in India, how? We've supporting very many OEMs in indigenization and re-engineering the products that we have to make in India. So we say it's not just enough we make in India, we have to design in India for Make in India. So our role comes especially in the design and development. In Skill India, of course, we take many tier 2, tier 3 engineering college students, get them industry ready. Theoretically, they are very strong, in terms of what is taught in college, but bridging the gap to what the industry needs is something that we're doing today. We're extremely honored to have on board the likes of people like Rear Admiral George, retired, who's taking Equad to places where our voice needs to be heard, especially in the Atmanirbharta movement. And we've signed an MOU with the Indian Armed Forces, and IIT Madras has recognized us for offering the indigenization and prototyping services. We've also been given very prestigious projects, like say an L&T Defense, has given us a project for us to work on. So we're doing that. We're likely to sign with the government of Tamil Nadu, Sipcot Fort in Sri Perumbudur, an infrastructure that's been offered to Equad to be a part of the Center of Excellence, especially in indigenization. I want all your support to march ahead and march forward for a self-reliant India. Thank you.
In recognition of her innovative process, in her entrepreneurial module, following the motto of Atmanirbhar and Skill India in her core businesses, propelling her as a thought leader in her field.
Thank you, FICCI Flow, the jury that said, we've constituted 5 awards, but we'll also recognize few other applicants who have, they think they were worthy, so I'm one of them. So thank you, FICCI Flow. It's an old man's club, defense and aerospace. It's an old man's club. So to recognize a woman that's operating in this space is a huge motivation in itself. I recently saw a meme that said, the earlier generation women raised 5 or 6 children, but to raise a child today we need 5 or 6 adults. So it is very true. So my thank yous in order to my mother, who's blissfully unaware of what I do at work, but she holds the fort at home. When I said I was getting this award, who's giving you this award? Why are they giving you this award? Umpteen number of questions. So, thanks, Amma. My father, I don't hold a father-daughter relationship with him, sadly, because he mentors me at work. So all we do is fight. But I'm glad that my son has, is grateful to be raised by my dad. He's excellent as a father, and I'm so glad my son has that. Mine was a love marriage, married into a Madurai family. If I can say so, I love his family more than I love him today. So my mother-in-law is here. Thank you for being my #1 fan. She's ever so proud of me. I'm so lucky to have you and Appa. To Meena Goyal ma'am, I think she's a FICCI member as well. She mentors me. To have a woman supporting another woman in this space where there are very few women, I'm so grateful for her mentorship. Last but not the least, my clients, they are Lakshmi. They pay money for me to offer my services. So without paying clients, no business can thrive. So thank you to all my clients who have entrusted Equad and I to do something for the Make in India and the Skill India movement. Jai Hind, thank you.
Vicky Flo Chennai takes great pleasure in giving a special recognition award to Shri Shankarlal Sundarbai Shashan Jain College for Women.
It was my father-in-law, Shri Shankarlalji's dream to start an exclusive college for women in the city to empower women through a formal education. I'm Usha Abhay Sri Shrimal, Secretary of Shri Shankarlal Sundarbai Shashan Jain College for Women. The college was started in 2005 and we have grown from 105 students to 4,500 students today.
We at Shashan always believe that providing holistic education to the students. The Center Shakti Cell offers courses on performing arts and liberal arts. The Center Sankal provides value-added courses and add-on courses and ensures continuous skilling and upskilling courses are offered to students so that they are industry ready. The Center Sabash is a center for entrepreneurship development where we have incubation center being provided to the students and colorful vending stalls are given to the students so that they get hands-on training in entrepreneurship. The college provides arena of sports activities, and with the patriotic vision, we are training the students for archery to get a gold medal in Olympics for India. The college has state-of-art infrastructure for the departments of visual communication, mathematics, psychology, commerce, soft skills and computer science. The college has a very good library which is digitized and we are tied up with National Digital Library. The college has established 3 centers of excellence with NSDC, one being Center of Excellence in Art and Culture to uphold the tradition and culture of the great nation Bharat. The Center of Excellence in Retail to cater to the needs of the retailers in T Nagar, and the Center of Excellence in Media, Entertainment and Communication. As a social cause, the college has taken up the micro-composting center at the Kannamapet burial ground, and every day 1.5 tons of organic waste has been processed and a quality compost is being ready and our students are being engaged in the process. I, S. Padmavati, the principal of the institution, is very proud and thank the members of the society, the college committee, my dear colleagues for such a tremendous growth of this institution.
I thank Vicky Flo Chennai chapter for having recognized the institution and giving us this award. Thank you.
This award is presented to them in recognition of their extraordinary service rendered by providing state-of-art facilities and overall experiential education and performing its august duty of grooming well-rounded students.
everyone present here. It's a great honor and privilege to receive this award on behalf of Sri Shankarlal Sundarbai Sarsun Jain College for Women. I dedicate this award to Sri SS Jain Educational Society, to college committee members, associate secretary, and the staff and students of the college. I wish to congratulate all the award winners of the day. Thank you, Vicky Flo, for choosing us for this award. Thank you.
Vicky Flo Chennai takes great pleasure in giving a special recognition award to the NGO Soul Free.
Namaste, I'm Preeti Srinivasan. I'm the founder of Soul Free. For the last 10 years, Soul Free has been making huge efforts to improve the quality of life of persons living with spinal cord injury in India. Spinal cord injury, I'm sure you've not heard about it. I hadn't till I had an accident of my own. A spinal cord injury can happen to anyone at any time, and it causes a permanent injury, permanent paralysis below the level of injury. Many in India are just left to die without any support system. In fact, I started Soul Free when 2 girls in Tiruvannamalai district were forced to commit suicide within 3 months' time. I felt I had been slapped. What about all those women all across India? We're 1/5 of the world's population. What happens to them if they are in my condition? I did the research and I found that there is not one place I can go and live with dignity if my immediate family is not around to care for me. From that moment of utter helplessness, Soul Free was born. I decided that I should help. I should be the face and voice of this invisible segment of society, of all these women who have no voice. In a 20,000 square feet state-of-the-art facility in Tiruvannamalai, we are ensuring through hydrotherapy, physiotherapy, occupational therapy, Ayurveda, massages, and so many things, including sports and arts and dance. They feel that they want to live again, they smile again, they play table tennis again. There are so many success stories of people who have come in really broken and battered. They come in not even willing to make eye contact, and within a 3-4 month span of time, they are up, walking with calipers and crutches. They are smiling, they're confident, they know they can go out into the world, make a living, and in fact now many of them have themselves become employers. So this is the transformative potential of what's happening at the Soul Free Inspire Center. Inspire standing for Integrated Spinal Rehabilitation, and this is India's first Inspire Center. We hope it will become the blueprint for many more.
Invaluable service rendered to the victims of spinal injuries and bringing them back into the mainstream, guiding them with positivity, strength, fortitude, and with notable action.
To have a photograph of all the award winners with the chief guest. I would request all the awardees to please join us on stage for a very quick group photograph. Thank you. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Apologies.
Namaste. No, I have
I wish to thank Vicky, but I'm really blown away by receiving this award from our Honorable Finance Minister. One little tidbit I wanted to add was his grandfather in the 1930s was the Chief Minister of the Madras Presidency. So it looks like the excellence, the genius, and leadership are running in his blood. So I'm really proud to be receiving this award from him. And Vicky Flo, I wish to thank the jury for choosing me because it's not often women with disabilities are recognized. And actually, when they said it was a special award, I actually asked them, what's the criteria? Because I don't want to be given an award for my wheelchair. I want to be given an award for my ability, not my disability, right? And so that's when they told me, I spoke to Chitra ma'am and she told me, we didn't even tell the jury you have a disability. So then I was satisfied. So I'm really grateful because spinal cord injury in India has not been recognized. We don't have a central registry, sir. We don't know. If I were to ask that in Tamil Nadu state, how many women and how many men have spinal cord injuries in a year, we don't even have statistics. So I don't even have the luxury of saying I'm a statistic. So we need rehabilitation. And my request, sir, is that instead of investing in stopping us from dying, which is what the government is doing right now, because rehabilitation is not part of the government insurance scheme, whereas plastic surgeries and other surgeries are. So when a person is just left to die and they're rotting, or then they get other complications caused by urinary problems or other things, because they just don't know how to handle the new body. So then those plastic surgeries caused by infected bed sores or other things, lakhs are being spent on them. Whereas if 3 months into their accident, if they are brought for rehabilitation, I will promise that they will never get a bed sore again. And they will never have all these complications again. And sir, we will not come to you for the OAP or for the monthly stipend. We will be earning members, respectable members of society. That's what any person with disability wants. We don't want pity or we don't want money for free. We want to earn and we want to be employed. That's my request. So I thank Vicky for giving me this amazing platform, and I really wish we will get all of your support and blessing to take this forward. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Preeti, for those absolutely inspiring words and being an inspiration to everyone. I apologize again for having mixed up a little bit. We'd like to request all the awardees to please join us on stage for a very quick photograph. Please do join us.
Actually, my mother should be the true award winner here, because she has sacrificed her life that I may live with dignity. For the last 25 years, she has not slept for 8 hours continuously. So I just want everybody to give a round of applause for my mother. Thank you.
have a little sort of a fun thing. We're going to request our Honorable Chief Guest to please cut a birthday cake, which is from Ficky Flo to you, sir. We'd like to request everyone to join us in wishing the Honorable Minister a very, very happy birthday. And we're so happy that you've been able to spend this day with us. Sir, we'll just take a few more minutes of your time. I'd like to request our incoming chair, Raji Raju, to please propose the vote of thanks for the evening.
Thank you for being patient. We'll make it short and simple. The vote of thanks. Good evening to all esteemed guests on the dais. Thirudu Puthiya Thalaimurai sir, Minister of Finance, Dr. Maria Johnson, who had to leave, who is the Chancellor of Satyabama Institute of Science and Technology, Sudhir Kumar, Senior Vice President, Ficky Flo, Prasanna Vasanadu, Chairperson, Ficky Flo, Chennai, past presidents, past chairs, the Presidium, jury members, awardees, members of Flo, and guests and press members present here today. It gives me great pleasure to stand in front of you to give the vote of thanks, acknowledging your presence for giving your valuable time to be here for the 16th edition of Women's Achievers Awards. Mr. Puthiya Thalaimurai sir, despite the mishaps, you named 3. We are delighted to have you with us in person, sir, especially on a day as your birthday. You took time to be away from your family and to be with us, and we appreciate that a lot, sir. You spoke about equal opportunities with equal outcomes being a huge building block and a single variable that determined Tamil Nadu's outcome, which was the legislation of 1921. This was an insightful information for me personally, and you also stated that survey showed that 42% of manufacturing